Hello everyone, thanks for joining me back on StubbleMeetsSteel. So I've been having a ton of fun with these Artist Club razors, and I thought I'd finish up my video yesterday. I did the Stando. This is the Stando from Poland. Comes with this awesome barber pole handle that's no longer available. Takes an Artist Club blade, obviously, if you're not familiar. And this is the more infamous Shield Artist Club razor. This one is the stainless steel one. I also have it in brass. And I thought that the shaving characteristics of these were very similar after using the Alpha Spirit versus the Stando the other day. So I thought I wanted to do one more comparison, and that was with the Shield and the Stando. Both of these have a Schick P30 blade loaded in them. For today's soap, one I haven't used on camera. I don't know if I've used this on camera at all or if it's been a while. This is a Yulay. This is their bay rum. And for me, this is one of the best bay rums I've tried. Really, really spicy notes to it. Heavy clove forward. If that's not your thing, then you won't like this one. But that was actually why I kind of wanted it, because I heard it was very clove forward and spicy, and it is. For today's brush, I've got a Yaqi Ocean handle, but this has a Timberwolf from Maggard's knot in it, a 28mm synthetic Timberwolf knot. I could run with that, but we'll put a tiny bit more water in there just for the heck of it. Why not? All right, let's get into it. I just realized I forgot to look up the specs on these two razors in regards to gap and blade exposure. I don't know if the Stando has any measurement listings, and I didn't put that on the other video, so I'll go ahead and change that. If I can find the information, I'll post it up here in the video. So this is the Shield side here. Don't mind the chickens in the background. Very nice first pass with the Shield. Let's do the Stando on this side of the face. So something I noticed on that pass, and something that I kind of picked up yesterday when I was using the razor, was that with the Stando, it doesn't feel like it's got quite the blade support or blade clamping that the Shield today or the Alpha Spirit did the other day. Feels like there's tiniest bit of signs of chatter to me on my more coarser areas of my facial hair, like my chin area where the hair is very dense and coarse. I felt like it was wanting to start to chatter there, and it doesn't have nearly the plow through that the Shield does for me. Let's do against the grain on the neck here. The feel and balance in hand on the Shield is definitely superior to the Stando for me. The Stando is very, very head heavy. And while the handle does have great grip, I find that the heavy head makes it kind of want to spin around in my hands. If I don't have a really tight grip on the razor, when I'm like kind of in between strokes like then, and if I'm adjusting. Let's get some water in that. All right, I just realized I goofed and I used the Stando on the wrong side. So I'm just gonna kind of carry on with the Stando on that side for the across the grain. On this side of my face. That's right there on the comfort limit for me personally, on the across the grain mustache area there on the Stando. Okay, we'll do it against the grain pass here. All right, let's go in for the third pass here. I'm just going to keep the Stando on that same side that I did the cross the grain width on. Again, I kind of noticed the chatter, lack of plow through right there. Let me get rinsed up here, I'll be right back. Pretty much the same amount of pickup on both of those sides. My usual spots. I wouldn't say one was any more efficient than the other seemingly. All right, let me finish rinsing up. All right, everybody, I'm back. So what do I think of these two razors? Well, if I had to pick right off the bat, I definitely enjoyed the Shield more so. For me, I found it smoother, I found it had more plow through, and I feel that it had much better blade clamping, and it, you know, again, with the plow through, it would just go through areas where this started to kind of tug, and I felt a little bit signs of blade chatter in the coarser, thicker areas around my chin. And, I noticed it a little bit yesterday and kind of thought that I sensed it, and yeah, I definitely kind of noticed it today as well. While I love the handle and the grip on it is pretty good, you know, sometimes simpler is better, and I feel that the matte finish that they've done, that Mike has done on the Shield, for me, I just find it has a better grip to it than the awesome looks of the barber pole. And because of the wide footpath of the Artist Club blade and top cap on here, again, I found it's not only head heavy, but I found that the razor kind of wanted to flip around in my hands because of the long head on here, that was just something that I noticed, you know, and it was prominent to me in the multiple shaves that I've had with it, whereas I don't get that. You know, bang for the buck, it's hard to not address the elephant in the room. I want to say the Stando new is like 155 or so, and the stainless steel, last I checked, it was about 60, 65. I'm sure some of you have heard that there's all sorts of hype about tariffs and razors coming from AliExpress. You know, nobody really knows what it's really going to be. Some rumors about maybe $25 per order, $30 per order, something like that. But I haven't heard of anybody that's actually paid it or what it's really going to be, so we'll have to kind of stay tuned there. If that's the case, then that would drive up the price point of the Shield a little bit, but it's still quite a bit less than the Stando, so you have to mention that. Both stainless steel, neither are polished. They're both kind of like a media blasted style finish to both of them. More of like a satin finish, if you will. You know, overall, I definitely like the Shield better. I like that it's a two-trick pony, as far as I can put a Schick P30 or a Feather Professional in there, and it's plenty aggressive for me personally. That upper end of things, like a Rockwell, a 4-5 plate, something like that. Whereas you can also dial it down, is what I really like about the Shield, and put a guarded blade in there, like a Kai Pro Touch MG or a Feather guarded blade or something like that. Whereas I've tried the guarded blade in the Stando and I didn't really like it very much. You know, so overall I just found that the Shield is a little bit smoother, especially on areas where it gets a little spicy for me. The mustache passes are the usual offenders for me. The across the grain and the against the grain was definitely more manageable with the Shield. It was definitely a little bit smoother and easier to do, where I felt like I was a little bit more on eggshells with the Stando. So, you know, that's kind of my take on it. That's what I thought overall. I was kind of surprised. I thought that I remembered the Shield being a little more aggressive, so that's why I like doing these head-to-head shaves, because I thought this was going to be quite a bit more blade feel and more aggressive, and they actually wound up being a really good comparison. They were very similar as far as blade feel and how they shave and compare during the shave. So that's my take on it. I hope everybody liked these Artist Club razors. I'm going to get back into some aluminum razors now. Somebody loaned me the Colonial CR7 razor, so I'm going to do that soon. So stay tuned for that. And I've also got some injector blade stuff coming. So if you're interested in anything like that, stay tuned. I look forward to talking to everybody soon. Take care.